Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord has a lot of really early modding potential, even though it's still in early access with a hopeful full launch later this year. From the Lord of the Rings to Game of Thrones, you can mod the game in any number of ways, with the developer tools that were released a handful of months ago also giving further granular control to the modders. We've yet to get a proper Steam Workshop or full access into the engine that controls Bannerlord, but there's still one mod that really shines above most, and it's the subject of this video today. The RTS mod is an amazing addition to any playthrough of Bannerlord. Simply put, it is going to allow you to fully control your army from an overhead camera with an RTS style. You can do this initially to set up your army using the pause feature, or on the fly to have your formations pivot and charge other formations. Furthermore, if you die, you can then immediately take control of a companion, or even if you're terrible at combat and just want to control the army from above, your character will be controlled by the AI, so you can just treat this like Total War Bannerlord. Honestly, this mod adds so much amazing playability to the game and makes the loss of the tactics perk, which was supposed to allow us to set up the battlefield beforehand, a little bit easier to deal with. So here's how we're going to do this video. I'm going to show you the actual gameplay of this mod using a custom battle, displaying all the features to give you a sense for how it works, and then we're going to close the video out showing how to install the mod in case you've never done that. But if this is this kind of brief overview is all you needed to hear, then the link is in the description. Go ahead and download it and get started. Feel free to shut the video down and get going. But before you do, please leave a comment, like, and or subscribe. It helps out immensely with the dreaded YouTube algorithm. But for all those who want to find out more, let's dive in on the RTS camera mod created by Li Zhenhuan 1019. Loading into the battle, let's get started with just some basic stuff. First off, a huge shout out and thank you to Surreal Beliefs. He is the one who showed me this mod, so if you haven't, please go and check out his YouTube channel. He'll be covering tons of Bannerlord, Crusader Kings 3, the new Fallout mod. He does a lot of really awesome RPG playthroughs of those, so please go and check him out. But let's take a look here by just simply pressing L. Now you can see just from this menu, you have a lot of control over this mod. You don't have to do anything crazy to do it. You can choose switch to free camera, so I can just kind of move around here. You can consequently just press F10 to kind of bounce back and forth. I've also paused the game, which is done by just pressing the bracket button. We'll pause back again though, and we'll kind of go over some more stuff. But what's nice here is you can do a lot of really cool things with this. I can choose which formation my player character goes through. Am I making a cavalry style character? Is it an on-foot infantry character? Well, then I can select which one that he'll go to, and he will then go and hang out with that formation while I control the battlefield. This is pretty much going to be the under the hood that you take care of the first time you load the mod. And then after that is all going to be instantaneous every time you jump into a battle. But I can always go, hey, this will automatically set me to this formation every time I boot up a battle because I'm playing a campaign where I'm just an infantry soldier, so on and so forth. Or maybe you just want to keep your character with infantry just as whatever reason. But I can also click select character and choose a different companion, control ally after death, prefer to control companions. You have a lot of really cool features here that you just don't have in the base game that I think a lot of people wish that they had in the base game. Like, I know personally when I very first played Bannerlord and I died, I'm like, why didn't I just take over? Why can't I just play as my companion? What's going on here? So this is the command system though. Just want to show that off really quick before we jump into the mod itself. If you're making a lot of videos, you can press this button and look, the HUD's gone, so I can just do whatever I want. So you have a lot of really cool abilities here. Slow motion mode as well, as well as the amount of slow motion. 20% is the default. You have these really cool, fun capabilities. But now the bread and butter of this mod itself is the actual ability to control the battlefield. So again, this is just simply a custom battle. I'm going to press 1, and this is going to control all of my infantry, right? And actually, I got to press this button to toggle the UI back on. So 1 will just allow me to control my infantry as normal, and I can do whatever you would normally do, right? You're not There's no special way to control these things. You're just going to do the same stuff you would do. So I like to put my archers into loose formation. Let's unpause two at the same time. They'll do their thing. Move them forward a little bit here. let's actually put these guys over here. And I know the enemy's getting kind of close. And put these guys up over here. And a nice little open area. So it's great because now I can just stay in this menu the entire time if I so wish, or press F10 and I go back to controlling my army. But there's still one other really big feature of this that is important. And you can see they've made their little fancy defensive geometry over here. This actually looks really cool. So let's go ahead and get our infantry up here, get archers back here, and we'll put our horse archers always on the right flank because they shoot over their left shoulder. Or is it the right shoulder? Whatever flank that helps. So everyone will start to move. Now, one of the biggest gripes is whenever you charge or advance with units, they will select whatever target is best for their AI profile and targeting. So if I were to select on my cavalry, by default, they should go after archers or do counter cav maneuvers. Well, with this mod, if you hover over, you can see this little outline that pops up. Now, if I just press my middle mouse button, they will charge the enemy cavalry, exclusively the enemy cavalry. And now if I click my horse archers, I can do this onto their enemy cavalry. And press 1 on these guys, go back into a shield wall. They'll get nice and close. And again, my character is AI controlled. He'll just sit there, he'll hang out, he'll have a good time, shoot the breeze. And I'm going to pause this real quick. So you can see that if I press 4, here I'll unselect this and I'll get close. If I press 4, see how these guys are highlighted? It shows me what I have designated the target for this unit formation. I click 2. Oh, 3, sorry. I can see, well, I can kind of see somewhere where the cavalry I've selected to charge. So it's cool because you can just kind of quickly tell from color coding what's going where and what's doing what. So we're going to press 1 or 2, and 2 will attack their archers. Actually, I'll have my horse archers attack their archers too. And we'll unpause and let it do its thing. We're getting a shield wall and shield wall action going here. And it's cool, I can get as close as I want to kind of monitor the battle, see how it's going. I can have 3 now pivot onto archers. So my cavalry will switch targets here. 2, we're going to have you come back here. What are you doing? So it's a really great way to just kind of have the game play as you'd like it to actually play. My legionnaires are already throwing off their pilum. Not to be confused with rice pilaf, which is a rice with pasta in it. See, my character's already drawn his sword. I think he was throwing his yeah, he's throwing out all of, I think it's 8 javelins that I start with. And we're going to charge in. There you go. Now 3, I'm going to have them rear charge because I can see it's really kind of like going dice on my right side here. Really kind of get as much help as we can. So, I mean, this mod is got a lot of use, right? Like, you can really just simply play this mod. Oh man, look at my cavalry coming in from the rear there. You get the ability to just play this game as an RTS if you want. And I think that that is what a lot of people have wanted, or at least just the ability to control from a better standpoint. I'm going to pause again, and I'm going to press F10, and I'm just going to swing back into my character who seems to be running away from the battlefield here, and unpause, and we'll go right back into it. So they will maintain the orders of individual attack that I have given them, and my character can, well, would have chosen specific targets that he wanted, had I not been run so far away from the battle. But after using this on my last playthrough, I just found it just so amazing and easy to play through actual really intense combat. I'm not sitting there hoping my cavalry attacks the target I want it to attack, and maybe not, me personally, maybe doing so well on the battlefield and thinking, man, I'm just really crushing this one, but not realizing that, you know what, I'm actually losing miserably because my infantry is completely broken because they've just chosen some sort of weird, stupid target to attack. So you just get so much better control over the battlefield, and you'll find that as long as you're controlling the army, you're going to fare better odds, I guess I'll say. You know, how often do you have those engagements where you're maybe fighting like a legion of 500 Khazate, and your army falls apart. And that's what I think is the biggest problem here, is this gives you finally that ability to properly control your units in a way that's going to actually make it so you win engagements, even ones that you're outnumbered in. So I strongly encourage you to check this mod out, really see how it plays with your style of Bannerlord. Like I said, I played this pretty much as like a pure RTS style mod where I really didn't control my character. But if you've watched any of my live streams, I'll do some initial placements and some initial orders, and then I jump back into my character and I start playing him again, have him go for the commanders or help with the cavalry attacking all the archers. Whatever you want to do, like I said, you're just playing Bannerlord after you've initialized those initial moves. And this is reminiscent to what I would have liked, I guess, implemented into the game with the tactics perk that has since been disabled or removed from the game. So the RTS mod here is an amazing one. I guess we're also, the Legionaries have learned to dance with this mod. I couldn't encourage this one enough for your next, or even your current playthrough. This does not save to a save file. So if there's a new patch that comes out, you don't need to turn this on. It's not going to break the game or your save entirely. That's a huge thing to know. Surreal Beliefs really only kind of feeds me mods that don't write themselves to save, so it won't break if there is a patch that won't allow the mod to be loaded. So this is a really great one that it can just simply be turned on and off. This has a stable version for beta 1.57, so this will at least be supported for the current beta, and next live branches, because once 1.57 moves into the current branch, and then we get that 1.60, or hopefully it's 1.60, we should have full compatibility for this mod for the next month and a half or so. So that's very exciting to at least have. And it seems like the mod developer has been getting these stable versions out for beta branches quite quick. So we would hopefully have this for the next beta branch pretty fast as well. But I definitely want to showcase this mod for you guys. I think it's going to be a really great one that I know a lot of you guys are really going to enjoy. If you already know how to install mods or you have no problems with that, you can ignore this last portion of the video. I'm just going to quickly show off nexusmods.com and using the Vortex downloader to install this mod. So here is the RTS camera mod on nexusmods.com. There's a link in the description. You can go ahead and click, and this will bring you right to the website. Now, if you want to, again, just do this on your own, all of the information of the mod itself is pretty much in this section. You can use the manual for way of installing the mod. I don't do that. I use the Vortex Manager from Nexus Mods. But there's a lot of pretty much a good breakdown of everything, troubleshooting, other files that are really good with this. So improved combat AI, cinematic camera, enhanced battle tests, so on and so forth. So you can see them all right here in this section. But to get this thing actually downloaded, let's go ahead and press Files. This will load, and you have a choice for 1.56 or 1.57. I personally am on a 1.57, so I'm going to choose that one. And I'm going to select Mod Manager Download since I use the Vortex Manager. So I'm going to click this. It's going to load us into here. I'm going to press Slow Download. We're going to wait a little bit, and it should bring up my Vortex app automatically. I hope. Might have to actually tab into it. There we go. So it has noticed over here that it is installed, or it grabbed it. So I'm going to press Install here. It consequently could also be right here in the menu. It says never installed. Press this button and it will install it. And I'm going to press this button again and it will enable it. And now in load order, click right here. I'm going to press, where is deploy? Deploy mods. And that should deploy these out to the actual launcher itself. You don't need to do that deploy mods step, but I've heard that that actually helps a lot in trying to make sure that the load order actually properly works. But honestly, that's it. That's how easy it is to install that mod. If you need to get rid of it, click back here to mods, find it in the list. Mine's right here. Then just press remove, and it will completely scrub it out from your system so that you don't have to deal with it in case you want to reinstall, you're having problems with saves, whatever it is. But like he even says here in the description up here, I think it even says, this mod does not read or write stuff to your game saves. Installing or removing this mod has no impact on your game save, which is so huge. But a huge shout out here to Li Zhen Huan. Again, I probably mispronounced that, but I apologize if I did. Please go and check this out. It is in the description section of the video. But thank you guys so much for watching here today. Let me know in the comment section below if there's other mods that you really think that everyone should have their hands on. Getting that information out is always pivotal to me. But also let me know if you like this format of video. I actually discovered a lot of really cool mods by taking a look at Jackie Fish's channel. He showcased the Samurai mod, the Game of Thrones mod, the Lord of the Rings mod, the Rome mod. So please head over to Jackie Fish 2 if you want to check out some really cool modded gameplay of Bannerlord. He's a fellow Total War YouTuber as well, so I've known him for quite a bit of time now at this point. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Have a good one and take care.